which has been closed for 3 years, could soon open as a backpackers' hostel. The historic Ferryboat Inn on King Street has been brought by Alistair and Jason Borthwick, who run the Deepdale Farm Backpackers Hostel in North Norfolk. Now, they want to offer similar facilities at the ferryboat, along with canoe and bicycle hire as well.
Now, she's been at the forefront of a battle to stop Tesco opening in her hometown in Suffolk, and a ferocious campaigner for local food producers.
Lady Caroline Cranbrook from Great Glenham has devoted the last decade to protecting independent shops in market towns like Saxmunden. Now she's been named Oldie Campaigner of the Year. Victoria Webb's been to meet her.
Many of the independent local shops in Saxmunden feel they have a lot to thank this lady for. Her tireless campaigning and the piles of paperwork she's compiled over the years has helped to keep a very large supermarket away.
We've got a deli, we've got a very good butcher, we've got a baker.
Lady Cranbrook says the fact that Tesco wasn't allowed to set up in the town has enabled the smaller shops to stay open, giving local producers an outlet to sell their foods.
A little bit more. That's it, that's it. They are incredibly important, these small businesses, both the shops and also the wholesalers and also the farmers and the producers, because they all are providing jobs and they're keeping the countryside alive.
Having helped farm the land on their estate at Great Glenham since the 1970s, Lady Cranbrook has become dedicated to supporting local produce.
So how long have you had cheese?
Oh, quite a long time. I think probably in the 80s, and they are very important. You can't run a farm shop, you can't run a farmer's market without local meat. And it's the local meat going into our butchers which makes the butchers different from the supermarket.
We've found a lot of people through the fact that we've heard their names being mentioned by Lady Cranbrook. It's a bit of marketing, and it actually highlights products that people will then come in, you know you have a market for, you can then sell them on, everything's great.
As well as the ongoing battle against the likes of Tesco appearing in our market towns, Lady Cranbrook is working on a food distribution hub to help get local food into pubs, restaurants and schools.
Tesco say that they are using more and more local produce. What do you say to that argument?
What I wish they would do more, and they are beginning to do, is identify when they are selling local food. Here, for instance, where we grow so much local vegetables in East Anglia, it would be nice if they identified them much more obviously, that they came from the farms they came from. They are beginning to do this.
Lady Cranbrook was recently recognised for all her work and named Campaigner of the Year by Oldie magazine, finding herself sitting next to the likes of Peter O'Toole at the ceremony.
It was very sweet. He said, "I can see you're very nervous," and kept on holding my hand. And then just before I got up to receive my award, my hair, which always looks like a haystack, he started trying to tidy it up, I don't think very effectively. What I found as a result of this campaigning, which is that I've got to know a lot of people, and I think one of my talents is actually networking and being able to see, well, that would be really helpful if that person could talk to so-and-so, and try and put people together.
While much of Lady Cranbrook's time is still dedicated to fighting her cause, there's still time to relax at home. That is, if she's not out shopping, helping local businesses survive. Victoria Webb, Anglia News, Great Glenham.
Great campaigner there now. It's a truly spectacular sight, as you can see behind us, but a touch of the Hitchcocks there, isn't it? One of nature's most enduring images, and one which people in a small Norfolk village are treated to during the winter months.
Thousands of rooks have once again been descending over the village of Buckenham, weaving incredible patterns in the evening sky. Our correspondent Malcolm Robertson is in Buckenham for us tonight. Malcolm, it really is a remarkable sight, isn't it?
It is very impressive, yes. Now, Buckenham is just a small village, just a collection of houses. It has its own railway station. It's actually on the line between Norwich and Great Yarmouth and Norwich and Lowestoft, but very few trains stop there. And in all honesty, very little happens in Buckenham. But it does put on a very special show. In the still of the Norfolk countryside, they're beginning to gather. Shortly after 4 o'clock, thousands and thousands of rooks prepare for their nightly ritual. And here to capture what's expected to be a truly amazing aerobatic display is wildlife photographer David Tippling. He's down here several times a week, just waiting for the show to begin.
for something that's on your own doorstep, it's pretty hard to beat during the British winter. And yeah, I think I can honestly say of all the wildlife spectacles I've seen around the world, this ranks up with some of the best.
This is one of David's photographs, power lines sagging because of the sheer number of birds. As to how many there are here, well, that's pure guesswork. Could be as many as 50,000. It's a spectacle that takes place every evening during the winter months. Soon the rooks will head off on their own and nest during the spring and summer. This is believed to be the largest roost of birds from the crow family in Europe. The RSPB has certainly noticed a great deal of interest in it.
Well, it's been phenomenally popular. It used to be a very well-kept secret. More and more people have found out about it now, and yeah, many people come here on the sort of really cold sort of winter evenings and wrap up warm and sit here and wait for the spectacle to develop.
As the sun begins to go down, the noise level goes up. And a really dramatic and spectacular scene begins to unravel.
We'll know they're coming. There'll just be a great wave of noise that will come across the fields towards us, and we'll have about 20,000 rooks all coming this way.
Just after 5:30, the final act. Virtually in one massive swoop, the birds come down to roost in the trees close to Buckenham station, leaving only sunset and silence until tomorrow evening. Now, just before I go, Jonathan, Becky, a quick nature quiz. What do you call a collection of rooks?
Oh, do you know something? We were talking about this, Robbo, and actually Becky does know. I didn't have a clue.
Is it a building?
Go on.
A building of rooks?
Very good. I didn't think you'd get that. Now, what about this?
Yeah.
A collection of starlings, Becky. Do you know what you call a collection of starlings?
I have no idea.
You've got us there, Robbo. That's very good. One was enough for us. Give us a clue.
Well, it's actually a murmuration. A murmuration of starlings. Lovely phrase. Anyway, that endeth the lesson here, the bird lesson, the ornithology lesson from Buckenham.
Thank you very much
Thanks,
for it as
Robbo.
well. Learn something new every night.
Now, Amanda's joined us with the weather.
It's still very chilly, very wintry, isn't it?
Gosh, it is. We certainly needed those extra thermals this morning, didn't we? And I'm afraid it's not getting much better as we go through this week either. But the weather's not bad for everyone. In fact, just take a look at these two gorgeous Siberian tigers, Mikkel and Anastasia. They were enjoying the cold and wintry conditions of our country, although this probably feels more like a summer's day to them, as the average daytime temperature for February in some parts of Siberia is a shivering minus 41 degrees, and that's as high as it gets. Now, the zoo are highlighting the fact that there are only 3,000 of these tigers left in the wild. And of course, on Sunday, it's not only Valentine's Day, it's the Chinese New Year, and you've guessed it, the year of the tiger. So it may have been chilly today, but at least most of us did see some sunshine. Just look at this stunning sunset over Chevington in Suffolk, which was taken earlier by Aidan Kingham. So thank you very much for sending that in to us. Right, let's see what the weather is up to for the rest of the week.
And that's just about it for this evening. Tomorrow night, join us again for another nature programme. No doubt we'll have rooks, no doubt we'll have tigers.
You never know. From all of us here, good night.
See you.
Bye-bye.